Bruce. Hop on, bro. Hop on here, Bruce. Yeah, what's up, Bruce?
All right, man. Honestly, I am a big fan of you. I do agree with a lot of the stuff that you say about the
Yes.
Democrats not really caring about black people. Honestly, my thing is,
Yeah.
honestly, I think as a whole, because I feel I'm not saying that black on black crime is a thing. I'm not saying that, but it is starting to be a problem that every week we see a rapper being killed by
Yeah.
honestly ourselves. So my thing is, what do you think that we should do as a community to reduce the violence and still like push forward instead of Black Lives Matter, which we see the owner is buying houses and really not really helping out black people. So what do you think we should do as a whole?
Right. Okay. Let's peel back the layer of violence. Why is there violence? Let's look at it. Let's peel it back.
Honestly,
Why do we have? Yeah.
honestly, I do agree that white people did put us in situations like with the redlining and with the just disenfranchising black people that they put us in poverty, but also I don't think it's right for us as black people to kill each other. Like Young Dolph, King Von, so many rappers, just young rappers too. It's just like kind of sad that you don't see country musicians every week. Oh, Morgan Wallen has been shot and killed. Benny Chesney has been shot and killed. It's always us.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
So, why do you think they do it? And what does the community have to do with it?
Honestly, I feel like we're putting too much effort into Black Lives Matter. Not the cause, not the saying, but the movement. I feel like we're giving them all the money, but we're not really putting money into stuff that should be put into, like the Boys and Girls Clubs, like the after school programs. I feel like we're putting everything into Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. I feel like you see what I'm trying to say? Like Black Lives Matter has too much control on the black community when, like I said,
No, they don't.
I feel like
No, they don't. The organization has zero control over the black community, brother.
in the
They
media they
don't.
do though.
In the media doesn't really control the black community. The Black Lives Matter organization has zero input on what really goes on in black society. Zero. I mean, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Where are you getting that from, sir?
Because they get lots of money. Am I lying?
They get money from white people.
But
That's where they get that money. They get that money from white people. You understand that?
I mean, honestly, I've never donated to them, so I really can't say like, oh, black people. But I'm just saying they are getting a lot of money, and they are a big vocal point for black people, just like these
No,
Democrats.
they're not. No, they're not.
On the
No, they're
media,
not.
they are.
How are they a vocal for black people? What has Black Lives Matter done for black people?
I like that's what I'm asking you. I'm saying, what as black people can we do to strive away from the Black Lives Matter? Like, what can we do?
What you keep talking about Black Lives Matter? They're a non-factor in black society, dude. The organization Black Lives Matter is a non-factor.
But how is it a non-factor when we know that they like the protest was from Black Lives Matter? A lot of that was brought on
No,
by
it
them.
wasn't.
How is that?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
So who started all that? The protesting. Not
The
like
grassroots, the street started that, dude. The
so Black
street
Lives
started
Matter.
that.
So they're just non-existent. What you're saying. So all the people
Dude,
that we
all they did was put their name on it on TV. They didn't start anything, and that shows you ain't from the block, bro. Where are you from? Are you non-FBA?
no, I'm FBA. I'm from Indianapolis.
You from Minneapolis, so you should really know better.
Indianapolis.
Like
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, I said Minneapolis. Okay, Indianapolis. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
The Black Lives Matter organization, they didn't really get shit popping. When shit got popping on the streets, they'll just jump out in front of a camera and throw a Black Lives Matter T-shirt out there, but they didn't get shit popping like that, dude. When Black Lives Matter, so-called Black Lives Matter, DeRay McKesson and all those dudes at the early protests, I'm talking about with Mike Brown and all that, they were getting run off the block, dude. My homies was out there smacking them the fuck up, dude. They weren't running nothing. Stop
well,
watching TV and believing everything you see on TV, first of all. They weren't running anything, and they still don't run anything on the block. Black Lives Matter is just a catchphrase. That's all it is. It's a catchphrase that they throw on television. It's a brand name, but it's not a real organization. It's not. It's those three non FBA and lesbian chicks who are the so called figureheads of it. Don't nobody listen to them. They're not running anything. They work with white people. The energy of the streets got out here and got everything popping. They go out here and put a brand on it. They put their brand name on it and they get in the media and throw their donation site out there so that, hey, look, all these black people getting harmed, donate to our Black Lives Matter fund. And then what happens? That money goes to immigration and white LGBT organization funds. And those three mammies who were the figureheads, they get paid out, they get cashed out and start buying homes for themselves. But that ain't got nothing to do with the streets, though. You know, we already knew the con game. We weren't even tripping on them. We already knew what their get down was. So they were always a non-fact. And right now they had to shut down their whole websites now because now the feds are asking, hey, where's all that money going? So
Hmm.
now they're in hot water right now. They have to shut down all of their donation sites. We're not shocked. We know they were finessing. You know, that is what it is. Has nothing to do with what's going on in the streets. So I'm
Well,
saying to you, don't trip on Black Lives Matter, the organization. And again, you seem like you listen to too much of the media, not what's going on out in the streets. You're talking about rappers getting killed and all that. The fuck does that have to do with the black community?
but that's important though. Black community, as much as you might not admit it, hip hop is important. That is our culture. Is it
Yes,
not?
it's our culture, but it's entertainment. And dudes getting killed, that has nothing to do with us as a group. There's going to be hating ass niggas out here,
Hmm.
unfortunately. There's gonna be hate niggas. That's just some hater nigga shit. You
Hmm.
understand?
Yeah, so
We as, we as a collective, I don't have nothing to do with no hating ass nigga. What are we gonna do about hate niggas?
I guess my question is like, what do you think we should do as a whole, like, in order to
Dude,
come together?
come together and do what?
Like I said, just to move forward instead of like I said,
Okay,
even if you say this hated nigga shit, they're still
okay,
killing each other. They're still.
sir. You're doing catchphrases. See, we got to watch these catchphrases. We got to come together. Come together to do what? To move forward. To move forward to do what? To stop the violence. How do we stop the violence? How are we responsible for the violence? You see, the black
Yeah, I guess
community the black community is not responsible for the violence.
mhm.
I ain't got shit to do with no nigga shooting young Dolph. Nothing. You have nothing to do with some dusty ass nigga shooting King Von. Black folks, we got to get off this shit where every dusty thing that happens, we feel like we got to be responsible because white people told you you're responsible for every dusty fucking nigga. You ain't, black people. You ain't got to do shit about no dusty nigga killing somebody. There's killings in white society every day, all day. White people ain't responsible for that. They ignore it. It ain't got shit to do with me. Asian people, there's killings in Asian society. They have a whole Asian mafias, the yakuzas, the triads. They have organized Asian crime. All Asian people don't sit up and identify crime with them as a group. We're the only people who are told to identify the criminal element to us as a whole group. That's dumb. You'll never stop crime in a capitalistic society. That's what I'm telling you. It's never going to stop black people. You live in a capitalistic society. The name of the game is to get your resources together and get enough control so that you can reduce it and contain that shit, but don't own it like that's a part of our culture, dusty niggas and criminality, because it is not. The average black person is not a criminal and we don't co-sign that shit. But whenever a crime or killing happens, we're told as black people, well, that's something within your community that make you do that. No, it's not. It's just a dusty nigga doing a crime. We don't have to own up and embrace every dusty nigga. It's not our problem at all. Because if somebody does something positive and constructive, we're not allowed to own that as a group. That person is treated like an anomaly, which they're not. We have so many brilliant people in black society. Do we have dusty niggas shooting each other a lot? Yeah, unfortunately. But that's not a part of black culture. Let's be very clear. Should it be reduced? Yes. And how do we reduce it? We reduce that by having an economic base that we control so that when one person comes up, there's not a bunch of jealous, dusty niggas hating from the sideline because they don't have the same opportunities. All of it goes back to resources and finances. We have to start controlling our resources and finances. We have to have an economic base. And how do we get an economic base? We got to go after the people and target the people and look at the people who sabotage our economic base, which are the white supremacists. It all boils back down to white supremacy. See, people want to put white supremacy on hold to tackle other shit as if white supremacy is not the problem. Yeah, I know there's white supremacy, but what about all this black on black crime? The black on black crime, the base of it is economic deprivation. That's the base of it. That's why most so-called black crime that we see happen in economically depressed areas, or it happens by some dusty nigga who ain't got no paper like that, or who's hating on another black person who's holding. It all goes back to economics, man. And our economic deprivation stems from systematic white supremacy. So we cannot ignore white supremacy. But anyway, man, thank you for the call, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, black folks, yeah, stop. I really wish we stop internalizing dusty niggatry. We got to stop doing that. Every time something dusty happens, that becomes something that we have to internalize collectively. Like we have to explain why some other nigga is dusty. We got to explain why this hood rat is over here twerking. You know, shit happens. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I want black folks to understand that dust ain't got shit to do with you. Ratchetness and dustiness, nothing to do with you. The white supremacists put that label on us where every black person, if they do something ratchet, that means all of us should be punished as a group. That's that plantation shit. That's why we like, oh, we got to be on our P's and Q's. Don't you be acting up. That's gonna make us all look bad. It's that type of thing. See, that's why we got to get off the plantation. We got to get off that damn plantation. Let me get one more call here, guys. Let me get one more